they're obviously going through their pregame warm-up, and if all goes well, we'll check in, see exactly where they're at. But they're both, coming up here on the court.
How did Devin feel after practice yesterday?
Yeah, all seems well. Obviously, he's increased his workload the last couple of days just to exactly test it out and see where he is. But everything seems to be good. He's been through this process before, and we really rely on him to give us feedback of exactly where he's at.
And Coach, just looking at, teams focusing even more on Colin Gillespie. Where have you seen maybe the biggest growth that he's had so far this season as a player?
Good question. I think with any young player, you're kind of learning him as he goes along. He's learning himself. These reps in the NBA are unlike anything else he's ever gone through. So just the opportunity to get out there, build on what he had last season, his growth in the off season, just stronger, more burst, the ability to get downhill, and then just confidence overall.
Coach, just follow up quick on Devin. What are maybe some of the things that the last couple steps that he needed to pass to get in this position to where the pregame workout, if it goes through well, he'll likely go?
The last steps of everything is just playing contact, not just coaches. So just player-on-player contact.
That was yesterday?
Yep.
Okay. And then just a quick follow on the Lakers without Austin. And you obviously talked yesterday about LeBron and Luka, but Ayton, how have you sensed when you've watched film on the Lakers on how his involvement is maybe helping them have the kind of season they're having to start so far?
It's the same DeAndre Ayton, size, ability to protect the paint, really good screener, which Luka obviously thrives off of, and then playing in that kind of half roll-ish, inside of 15 feet and showing off his skill. So looks like the same type of player. They're obviously a pick and roll heavy team, which is obviously a big piece of what he does and is able to kind of be effective for him. And then defensively, yeah, he's going to be there. He's going to be at the rim. They play more of a drop coverage, so he's in there to protect the rim.
Big talking point around the league right now is the soft tissue injuries, and just like looking at the state of the game now compared to 5-10 years ago. Are you guys looking through some of that data and just comparing how strenuous like 35 minutes a game is right now compared to just even a year ago, 5 years ago, with how much the game is changing? Do you see the concern valid essentially?
I think anytime any player's not playing for whatever reason, that's a concern for all of us. You want everyone out there fully healthy to play the game that they want to play. We want them to play. We want all the players healthy. We see the injuries around the league. There's probably a little hangover from last year in the playoffs from some of that. But yeah, we're fully aware of what's going on. These guys know their bodies as well as anyone, so it's a constant back and forth between performance team and player. They know exactly what's hurting, how's it feeling, how's it responding. It's gray. It's obviously gray. But yeah, you can see it. Every team's going through it. Lakers are going through it. We're going through it. So it's here.
With the greater intensity, like pickup points, how fast possessions are going, how many more possessions there are, do you see this as something that's going to need to change to be sustainable for the league with the schedule they're on, or too early to have that kind of conversation?
I think everything will be on the table. I don't think it's, there's obviously a sample size needed for some of this. But yeah, everything's going to be talked about, scrutinized from every performance team around the league.
Jordan, when you look at guarding or trying to build out a defensive process against LeBron and Luka, I think the on-ball matters, but it feels like the off-the-ball matters equally as much as far as guys being early in their spots. What is it that you're looking for from those guys to either help that person on the ball or just generally do the things to keep yourself in the advantage defensively?
I think that's where the whole league is. Like, you got to get back and get your defense set. You can't give players space in transition or in the half court. So how quickly can you build your shell out, especially now with the pressure? The pressure and the ball pressure is up the floor even more. They're a little different. It's Luka more in the half court, LeBron in transition. But yeah, it's going to be. You're going to have to guard on the basketball. That's always where it starts. Everyone wants to talk about behind the ball, but if you can have elite defenders on the basketball, which we have, if they can keep the ball in front, you don't have to get into so much help. That would be ideal. They're a pick and roll heavy team, so we're going to be in some type of support, some type of rotations. But as great as those two players are, they are slightly different. And it's going to be a good task for our defense with the two of them because they're going to try to get in there and then try to find their teammates.
And then when you speak to wanting to be in rotation, I feel like there's a difference between scrambling versus being in rotation as far as like the urgency with it. It feels like Dylan Brooks and Jordan Goodwin, their help decisions help to keep you all just rotating and not scrambling. What are you seeing from those two in terms of the decisions, how they kind of play off of instinct in that scenario?
The game has changed so much in the last couple of years. Both sides of the ball are concepts. Everyone wants to talk about offensively concepts, but you're in decision-making mode on defense as well. Not only the guys on the basketball, but those help defenders are in constant decision-making situations. And again, it comes down to who you're guarding, who has the basketball, and then really how good laterally you are. And what you want to take away. We try to take away the rim, try to take away the paint. We're going to get into some of those situations, but if we can hopefully put out a fire and one less rotation, that's what we'll try to do.
Hey, Coach, how have you seen the screening of Mark and Oso specifically kind of unlock things for your guards to get downhill?
Big key tonight. Guys in drop, got to create an advantage. We're a pick and roll team. How we get the first domino, especially against a guy like Marcus Smart, got to get him off our ball handler, got to get into a 2-on-1 situation, and then put pressure on the rim. You got to do both. You can't just stick to screen and sit. We're going to have to stick to screen, still try to put some pressure on it by rolling to the rim, create those 2-on-1s. If it's not just X5 that's back there, we're going to have to pull in a low man and see if we can't spray. But, yeah, it's paramount against these teams that play drop.
Hey, Jordan. It's 5 weeks. Where are you on Jalen Green at this point?
Yeah, same. I think you asked about him the other day. It's he's continues to make progress for sure. Everything has been going in the right direction. But again, we're going to play it pretty safe here. We got to be in a mindset that this is a young athlete that is super valuable to his career. So yeah, we're going to take it day by day, week by week. But he has made really, really good progress.
So where is he on his rehab? Has he been on the floor? Has he just been still working out in the weight room? What's he doing?
Yeah, he's on the floor for sure. Yeah.
Coach, you guys have already played the Lakers, obviously in LA, and you guys welcome them again in a few days. What's something that you liked offensively and defensively in that win, and maybe something that you guys are looking to improve in both regards?
I think that, the last time we played, and they played it was the second night of a back-to-back. We recognize that. When you have a rest advantage in the NBA, that's massive to your group. So, yeah, we were able to get out and transition versus them, and then they're going to put a lot of pressure on us. They're offensively gifted players, put a ton of pressure on your defense, and they're so smart. Luka and Braun are so smart that whatever coverage you show them early, you're probably going to have to adjust because they're just that good. And we'll show them different looks. So it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. They're a really, really good offense. We want to play in transition. We want to play in space the best we can against these guys, put them in closeouts. And we know they want to do the same. They want to play pick and roll. They want to get in our paint. We're going to have to take some of that away while not allowing their shooters to be open on the perimeter. So I take some stuff from that last game, but the second night of a back-to-back really changes it. Now we're both sitting here with the same number of days rest, so I'm sure it'll be a little bit different.